Hello, my name is Jennifer Foster, and I am the Director of Education and Support Programs at Parkinsons Society, British Columbia. I am pleased to give this in-service presentation on Parkinson's disease. This presentation is based on the most current information as of July 2011. It has been developed in conjunction with the interdisciplinary team at the Pacific Parkinson's Research Center, which is a National Parkinson's Foundation Center of Excellence for research, care, and treatment of people with Parkinson's disease. The center is located at the University of British Columbia. This in-service is divided into 6 segments. The segments cover the following topics: an overview of Parkinson's Society British Columbia and the facts about Parkinson's, symptoms, treatment options, cognitive and mood aspects of Parkinson's, fluctuations in mobility, and issues in late-stage PD. This segment gives an overview of Parkinson's Society British Columbia and the facts about Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's Society British Columbia is a charitable organization that exists to address the personal and social consequences of Parkinson's through 5 pillars: education, community outreach, scientific research, or more specifically funding of research, advocacy, and public awareness. PSBC has a variety of programs and services, including an information and referral service, where people can email or phone us to obtain information about Parkinson's and receive referrals to other programs and resources. We can be reached toll-free throughout Canada and the US through our 1-800 number. We also have a lending library of books and DVDs, a quarterly newsletter, and a comprehensive website. On our website, there is a section for healthcare professionals that contains lists of journal articles and other resources should you want to gain further knowledge about Parkinson's. Additional programs and services include consultation, which involves assistance with more in-depth issues that are addressed through our information and referral service. We also have a network of 50 support groups throughout the province. We offer educational conferences for people with Parkinson's and healthcare professionals. And finally, we have a strong partnership with the team at the Pacific Parkinson's Research Center at UBC. That concludes my overview of the Society and what we do. And so now, what is Parkinson's? So what is Parkinson's disease? Parkinson's was first described by Dr. James Parkinson in 1817. It's a chronic, progressive neurological disorder with both motor and non-motor components. Although the causes are not known, research in Canada and elsewhere has made great progress towards understanding the causes and providing improved medical and surgical treatment. Unfortunately, there's no known cure, but with good medical care, people with Parkinson's can have good quality of life for many years and live a normal lifespan. Medication can give good symptom control and may be neuroprotective. Neuroprotection is the ability to slow cell death, and thus the ability to slow down the progression of the disease. To date, there is limited evidence that a medication is neuroprotective, although some claim to be. Research in animals, however, suggests that exercise in Parkinson's may be neuroprotective. There are approximately 100,000 people in Canada and 11,000 in BC living with Parkinson's disease. And as the population ages, this incidence will only increase. There's a national epidemiological study underway right now to give an accurate understanding of the prevalence and incidence of the disease. We do know, however, that it is the second most common neurodegenerative disorder to Alzheimer's. The average age of diagnosis is 60, so it's typically a disease that occurs later in life, although up to 20% of people are diagnosed under the age of 50, and they are known as having young onset Parkinson's. Parkinson's is not a discriminatory disease with respect to race, gender, or region of the world, although there are slightly more men than women with Parkinson's. Parkinson's is caused by the loss of dopamine-producing cells in the brain that results in a complex array of symptoms. Dopamine allows messages to go from brain cells to the muscles to initiate voluntary movement. Parkinson's is primarily associated with loss of motor control and therefore is considered a movement disorder. Unfortunately, it's not known why the cells start to die, and the disease is progressive. The cells continue to die. Despite decades of intensive study, the causes remain unknown, although experts think that the causes are genetic, environmental, or a combination of the two. and the genetic or chemical trigger that starts the cell death process is the subject of intense study. Scientists have identified aging as an important risk factor. People over age 60 have a 2 to 4% higher risk of developing Parkinson's compared to 1 to 2% in the general population. Unfortunately, there are no tests to confirm a diagnosis of Parkinson's, and it can be difficult to diagnose, especially when tremor is absent. The symptoms sometimes are mistaken for musculoskeletal conditions. A diagnosis is based on a detailed medical history and physical exam, a detailed history of past and current medications, and a neurological exam, during which the neurologist will ask the patient to perform various tasks which are recorded into a table called the Unified Parkinson's Disease Rating Scale. The UPDRS is a universal scale of Parkinson's symptoms created to comprehensively assess and document the neurological exam. Patient response to medication is also used as a diagnostic tool, as is whether or not medications for Parkinson's cause a significant improvement in the person's symptoms. Finally, when tests are ordered, they provide additional information that is used to rule out other conditions that may look like Parkinson's disease. The characteristics of Parkinson's are that it develops very slowly and initial symptoms may be missed by the physician, as they can be common to symptoms of aging. Pain, sleep disturbance, altered sense of smell, and mood changes are not uncommon and may precede a diagnosis of Parkinson's. Symptoms typically start on one side of the body, but they do eventually progress to become bilateral. However, one side will always remain dominant. Symptoms usually start in the leg or the arm and then the trunk. One thing that is common to all people with Parkinson's is that symptoms are made worse by stress, so it's important for people with PD to develop good stress management strategies. That concludes this section on an overview of Parkinson's Society British Columbia and the facts about Parkinson's. The next section will be on the symptoms of the disease.